The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Tonight against Utah, the Knicks began the game on a 23-0 run. Mikal Bridges, 10 points in the first quarter. Deuce McBride goes 7 of 10 from downtown. He's now 27 for his last 42 from downtown. And the Knicks score a season high, 146 points, and beat the Jazz 146-112. Great to have you with us. We're looking, we got one record after another another. Great to have you with us. Bill Pito along with Wally Zerbiak. And the thing about this, a lot of times in the NBA, you got to run back the other way, especially the last couple of games. Knicks have had great first quarters, and the other team has gotten back into the game. Not tonight. This was a blowout from the opening tip to the final buzzer.
They demoralized the Jazz immediately with that 23-0 start. Then it started getting the Jazz head. When were they ever going to make their first shot? Just the way the Knicks are flowing on the offensive end of the floor, this is exactly what Mike Brown envisioned when he wanted a little bit more pace. He wanted a spread, wide-open offense where anyone could knock down shots at any times. And right now, the Knicks are hard to prepare for. This Jazz team was on a back-to-back. They beat the Nets last night, and they just were never in this ball game, thanks to the play mostly of the Knicks, because that's a decent team. They're 8-14 now. They can score the basketball. They normally move the ball very well offensively, but the Knicks defense just locked them up to start the game.
MSG Networks back after a 9-game absence from the bad hamstring. The Knicks without him went 6-3, so he's back starting. Josh Hart stayed as a starter. Deuce McBride off the bench, and it was a magical formula that could really help this team as it continues to evolve here in the first year under Mike Brown. The 23-0 start is the best ever in the history of the NBA in the play-by-play era, which dates back to 96-97. Tonight's thrilling moment is brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. 23-0. How'd they do it?
It was just impressive to watch. It really was. I really like Josh Hart in this starting lineup now with MSG and Anunoby. That is a potent lineup. These good sides at every single position. Cat's comfortable playing his 5 spot and just dominating. Mikal Bridges is playing such outstanding basketball. The defense on Lauri Markkanen to start that game was stifling. He couldn't get anything going at all. And then Deuce coming off the bench. What a great role for him to come off the bench, play defense like he always does. He's going to get major minutes because he can play with the starters also, so Mike Brown can leave him out there with the starters. But look at the rebounding, look at the effort. And then when you just get stops, you just have a team that's on their heels trying to stop you. And Jalen Brunson, 6 for 9. I think he figured out his three-point shot that he's been struggling with a little bit the last few games because he was an absolute flamethrower like Deuce McBride.
Brunson with 33. He came into this game only 3 for his last 19 from 3. All right, so they started the play-by-play era at 96-97. I mentioned the 23-0 run to start the game. That's the best run ever to start a game in the history of the league. The Knicks up by 28 at the end of first quarter. Largest point differential by the Knicks after the first quarter. They also scored 47 points in the third quarter. That's the best third quarter they've ever had in franchise history. Here now with Jordan Clarkson. Jordan, thanks for stopping by. 16 points against your former team. What was that like for you?
It was good. It was great to see everybody from that organization. But, you know, it's about us coming out here just trying to get a win, compete, and, you know, work on ourselves and, you know, protect the home court.
A lot of times you guys get a big lead, teams in the NBA get a huge lead, and there's pushback from the other side. There was no pushback at all. How did you prevent Utah from getting back into this game in any fashion at all?
We just kept focusing on ourselves defensively and then offensively. We wanted to move the ball, continue to play our way, our style of basketball, and, you know, keep their foot on their neck, so we kept going.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thank you, boss.
All right, Wally, so you had 22 from McBride off the bench tonight, and Clarkson 16 off the bench. They get that consistently off the bench. That would be obviously fantastic.
Yeah, a phenomenal performance against his old team. A lot of hugs, a lot of hellos for Jordan Clarkson, but it was all business. And the Knicks really took it to his old squad, the Utah Jazz, and he's in a good place here with the Knicks on a championship contender. He was brought in to do exactly what he did tonight, get buckets, shoot the 3, and with MSG and Anunoby back in the lineup, everyone's role is starting to fit absolutely perfectly. Jordan Clarkson really comfortable coming in off that bench and getting buckets like he did tonight.
That's the first time Anunoby and Hart have been in the starting lineup this year. At the same time, of course, that was how it worked out last year. Monica McNutt helped call the game, as always, on the radio on ESPN New York. Monica, tough to keep track of all the records and numbers, etc. tonight. Just a phenomenal offensive performance.
Agreed, Pito. I think E for efficiency is the letter grade for tonight. I mean, all around, you know, I love when this team shoots the three ball well. 50% from the three-point line, 56% from the field. I heard you talking about that third quarter outburst. I agree with the question that you asked Jordan Clarkson in terms of being able to maintain this margin throughout the course of the game, which was really impressive.
Yeah, Deuce was awesome. I mean, he's just, whatever role he plays, Monica, it seems like he just embraces the role that Mike Brown gives him. If he needs to start and guard an elite two guard, he'll go out and do it. If he needs to come off the bench, knock down shots, he'll do it. And you can really see, I think, that Mike Brown is getting comfortable with where guys want to get their minutes and who guys are comfortable out there playing with. And boy, Deuce McBride is in some rhythm, just nailing jump shots all over the place, Monica.
I don't know about you, Wally, but I was like, let that man get 3 more. Don't take him out the game. Don't let him go ahead and break his set a new career high. His current career high is 9 threes made in the game, and obviously he hit 7 tonight. I really thought it was going to be an opportunity for Deuce to go ahead and get to that 10 mark because he was rolling. I think in the second quarter he hit all 4 that he took. But I think that's a great call out, Wally, because there is not just a learning curve for this team to adjust to the new system, but I think Mike Brown, and he's been very candid with us, it's sort of refreshing, right? Like learning where to put his players in positions to be most successful. And Deuce, to me, we saw this last year, can be that Swiss Army knife. I mean, I still think highly of him for that game back in Cleveland when Jalen Brunson goes out with less than a minute than the game to go, and he comes in and has a monster game. And so the arc of Deuce's story, I think, is one that should not be lost. Second round, G League, earning his keep, and really, really earning the trust of not just his coaching staff, but of this fan base as well.
And it's worth repeating. Deuce McBride is 27 for his last 42 from downtown. And Monica, never in your life did you come close to that.
First of all, Peter, why you try to throw shade? Because neither have you, so relax.
Jalen Brunson, 6 of 9 from downtown. I mentioned he'd been struggling, only 3 for his last 19 from deep, but tonight he was on it. 33 points, 20 in that third quarter.
Listen, my favorite part of tonight, yes, you could go through a number of stats, and we will watch the highlights back of Jalen Brunson, but I'm looking ahead to Sunday. Fault me for that, but I am. And so for Jalen Brunson to have that efficient line that you just mentioned, Pito, for me, it's a tune-up, right? Because Sunday's going to be an important matchup. Not only could you potentially see that team again in the Cup, but this is a team that, as Tyler Kolek told us in our radio post-game interview, you want revenge on. You haven't had an opportunity to put an L on the Orlando Magic. So this was a great game for these guys' confidence to see the ball go back in, to be reminded of the work that we put in, of the work that they put in, excuse me. And we know Jalen Brunson saying is the magic is in the work. The work is still working. And hopefully he can show up big and efficient in that way on Sunday as well.
I'm with you. 33 points in 31 minutes. It just seems like the Knicks are on cruise control, especially against this Utah Jazz team at home. I can't wait for that matchup. I'm with you, Monica. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. And I know the Knicks want to repay those Magic for the 2 losses they've already given them this year.